Hello folks, hope you're doing well. Just a quick video. So, earlier on today I was speaking to God about, no idea what, but something came to mind that is very true, and I wish I'd had this before. Yeah. It would have been quite useful in discussions I had at churches I've been to in the past, but yeah. Anyway, I'll get onto it now. So, God was saying, look at the Old Testament, look at how the prophets were much feared by the people. They, generally speaking, they feared the prophets because they knew that if the prophets came to town, that it was God coming to rebuke the people. Because God rebuked the people often. Because, as people, we muck up. And we do. We muck up to such a degree that God had to send his son to die for us. Right? That bad. Okay? Even afterwards. We then see in the New Testament, we see Paul speaking to those in church, having to rebuke those in church. So God said something. He said, so ask the question of those in church. When was the last time you were in a service in church where your teacher, stroke pastor, stroke whatever else that person has in their title, brought anything that sounded anything like a rebuke? Because that should be the case on a regular basis, because we are people that muck up. But in a left-wing, safe space church, a rebuke is something that you will not get. But rebukes were sent as a way of correcting people. Correcting people because you want people to walk in the right path. Because you want people to have a better relationship with God. Because you want people to be, well, so when they die, they don't go to hell. The sort of teachers we have, as I said this before, and it's so incredibly true. We have people-pleasing ministers. Because that's the point. Rebuke isn't pleasing. Rebuke can be pleasing afterwards. You can see it as pleasing after you understand what was the purpose of the rebuke and how the rebuke is helping you. But at the time of the rebuke, it's not pleasing, is it? No. But you see, that's the thing. With God, God wants to help you to deal with the things in your life. And church is about teaching people how to walk. It's impossible to do that without occasionally causing offence. That's the point. You will cause offence. Those who are his, who belong to God, they will speak truth. And they will bring light to the darkness. Those who are not of God, they won't bring light to the darkness. They will put a lampshade over the lamp to massively dim the light. Because, as I said before, to those in darkness, light is offensive. Yeah. I've done videos talking about the fact that when you ban people from church, that's a spiritual version of cancel culture. Cancel culture is what we see in the world. But it's the same thing. Yeah. But that's okay. So people can do what they want, but you know them according to their fruit. And in most churches, the fruit is dead. Because of the fact, well, if you understand about fruit, imagine that you are a branch on that vine. You start off with no fruit. Then something has to grow out of you, which I imagine, if the branch actually had feelings and we understood, that would be incredibly painful. Incredibly painful translates as offensive to the branch. It would feel very offensive to the branch to go through that. So to bear fruit, things have to happen. Things have to happen that are tough and that mould and shape and break you. Because we all come into the kingdom dragging a ton of crap behind us. We all have baggage. Well, most. Yeah. And that stuff needs to be dealt with, but yeah. Yeah. That's why in churches, generally speaking, people do not grow. Because, yeah, the left-wing ministers. Well, you have left-wing and you have right-wing. A right-wing minister, well, we've seen those, haven't we, over the years in America, standing on street corners, hurling abuse at people. Yeah, telling that God hates fags and that abortion is murder. Rather than trying to be part of the solution, they have allowed themselves to be part of the problem. Yeah. So either way, church isn't a very healthy place for people that are his. Unfortunately, as the church is. But as I say, I do believe that God is creating a new church. Well, yeah. Exactly what He's creating is to be seen. But it is going to be something new. It's going to be something where the people in charge do things according to the will of God. And they will be people that seek to please God, and they don't seek to please people. And of course, people will be, offended by them sometimes, and they will fear them sometimes. Certainly if one of them stands up to speak, they would be, oh my God, what are they going to bring? What have we done wrong? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. It's all part of it. If we're doing wrong, we need to be corrected. So, yeah. Don't curse them. There you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.